Hello, everyone. Hello. We have an interesting topic today. Thank you, Pine. Hello. Tina, not necessarily, just so many different people feel so differently about this topic. How you doing, Janice? And I wanted the cross-section of generations to see how different people feel, especially, if you look at the age differences, okay, in the different generations. Obviously, we know there will be some differences, okay? Which, everyone's not going to be the same. Difference good. No problem with that. So, Tina, for some people, it may be, how you doing, Reese? So, for me, it's not, but I like to, hear other people's opinions. And of course, everyone growing up, of course, may have had a different experience, depending on where you live geographically. That's going to affect how you feel. Thank you, Fine. So, everyone, that typically participates, I'm like, I know sometimes people just listen to the conversation, but everyone who's here, I would like for everyone to participate and tell me what your thoughts are personally. We know if you've been in the store recently, you have noticed some changes, okay? Oh, okay, Reese. And Reese, I know how you like extra resources. So in the description box, yes, Fine. Yes, it is. From when I went to the Martin Luther King Jr., the Nonviolent Center down there in Georgia, that's where I bought this t-shirt. Thank you, Fine. You didn't forget. Okay. So, Janice, we're talking about, wait a minute. We're talking about the Quaker Oats Company. If you're familiar, remember after the George Floyd protest, they said that they were going to remove the picture, of course, of the Black woman, commonly known as Aunt Jemima. Just so you know, that had been a staple, that the picture of an African American had been on there for 131 years. So I want everyone's take. I want to know how people feel, what your thoughts are in reference to this topic, and then of course I'll share mine with you. So what do you think? I've started. I gave you a little bit of the history. If you go to the grocery stores now, you'll see there's a different name on the box. Aunt Jemima's gone. There are no pictures. Also, the box with a black chef, African-American chef, the cream of wheat box. We know that. How you doing, Donna? His picture is no longer on the box. If you look at Uncle Ben's rice, also the well-dressed elderly African-American man, that picture is gone. So Donna, and I know you'll say something, but I'd like for everyone to just tell me, do you think it was right for them to remove those pictures? Did you think that they were stereotypical pictures of African Americans? What are your thoughts? Okay. And Donna, I just went over the history. They'd had that picture on the packaging for 131 years. Reese says, I actually didn't notice, but I knew, yeah. I kept, Reese, every time I went to the store, I kept looking because I kept saying no. And I was hoping that maybe they would leave the picture on there. Also, I contacted corporate offices and I sent them an email. They have an 800 number as well, to let them know my feelings. Now, Nancy Green, any of you who know any of the backstory, which I'm going to share with you, um, her family did not want them to remove the picture. Okay, so you guys are listening. You tell me what you think. Type it in the response in the comment section. What do you think? I gave you a little bit of the history. So they had that picture on there from 1889 till about 2021. Again, I kept checking. I was like, please don't. Well, of course, we know they did. So Nancy Green actually portrayed Aunt Jemima at the 1893 World Columbian Expedition and in Chicago. She traveled around the country doing promos, okay, so a promotional tour. Um, so, and as she'd be making pancakes, she would be singing happy. So a lot of people we know that's the stereotypical role of, there we go. The mammy, the common, enslaved African American woman, heavy set, smiling. You see all her teeth. If you see any of the old pictures, any of the old movies, you'll see all the stereotypes that get so many people upset. Donna, right? It never offended me. I think it's a trademark. We probably created the food. Yes. Some of the research that I've read said that she did, Donna. And guess what, folks? She was no pauper. She died a millionaire. Okay. So, however you feel about the way she made her money, she was a millionaire. Okay, one of America's first Black or African American millionaires. What's wrong with that? So anyway, Janice, Tina, Reese, everyone that's here, please type in the comment section and let me know what you feel personally about this topic. Is it offensive to you? Because we know they revisited this topic again during the George Floyd protests that were going on. So her family was adamantly against it. They did not want them to remove the picture, but well, we know what happened. And guess what, folks? I mean, look at where she was born into slavery in Kentucky. So I think going from a slave to a millionaire before you die, she covered a lot of ground. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Donna said, and it was in everybody's house, so we were part of the family. Right, Donna? Fine said, not offensive. We need to write. Again, she went from being a slave, all right, to a millionaire. Okay, so what's offensive? How you doing, John? So, John, okay, so now I have people here from different, generations. Was the Aunt Jemima box as well as the pancake sir, was that offensive to you? Was the older elderly African American gentleman on Uncle Ben's rice, was that offensive to you? And the African American chef on the box of cream of wheat, was that offensive to you? Now, folks, it would depend. Now, I will say, years ago, I think 89, I think Quaker Oats changed her picture because she used to have on a bandana. All right. So again, Donna, Uncle Ben loved it. Right. Just a well-dressed, elderly African-American man. I wasn't offended, but okay. So Nancy Green, John, I know you're just coming in. Born into slavery. She traveled around the country. Okay. She'd be making the pancakes, telling the crowd about her days in slavery. She'd be singing, slavery songs. So, that's offensive to some people, but okay. After freedom, okay, it said she was an excellent cook. How you doing, Anthony? Said she was an excellent cook. And so, Donna, as you mentioned earlier, it stated that she created the recipe. And we know how things were back then. If you were, a woman or a person of color, you may create something, but someone else may get the credit. Those were just the times, folks. Okay. So again, I know those of you who are just coming in. Okay, she was born in slavery. She died a millionaire. Okay. Donna said people would have been mad if they're right. Donna, that's what I'm saying. We're always talking about being inclusive. So, they have African Americans on products, and then you're not happy. What's wrong? Fine. Fine said he wants some pancakes right now. Me too, Fine. Look, pancakes are one of my favorite foods. If I could eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would. How you doing, Dan the man? All right. So, those of you just coming in, hey, let me know what you think. It's not offensive to me. If it's offensive to you, that's fine. Just, say it in the comment section. So, the reason the people who are offended, they're saying that it's, typically it's stereotypical, the mammy who took care of white families, cooked, cleaned, the submissive servant. Okay, so folks, look at the times. Of course, now that would be offensive if someone decided to do that. You have to look at the times that they were in. Okay. Reese said the pics were of a different time and era, right, Reese? That's it. Taking the pics down isn't changing anything or perceptions. Say it again for the people in the back, Reese. Very, very good. Donna, say it again. We have to pick our battles. Why is that a battle? Now, if they had a picture of her, of an African American woman, and she was on there chopping cotton, I would understand. But she's just a well-dressed, middle-aged African American woman, just like Uncle Ben, and a well-dressed, elderly African American man. Why are people so offended? I don't get it. I mean, type in the comment section. It's not offensive to me. Now, you have to understand too, folks. For those of you who know, I'm a big history buff. I love history. Now, during slavery, after slavery, older black males and females would not be addressed as Mr. or Ms. They were called uncle or auntie. Okay. So that was deemed as negative. I mean, again, look at the parlance of the times. Donna, I can find it faster when I shop because I look right. Those of us who are visual learners, we look for pictures, right? Good. Anthony said, I never saw a problem with Aunt Jemima. I love seeing diversity in food products. Exactly, Anthony. Lately, we have been removing all POC from these well-known successful products, which just hurts representation. Right, we're always asking for representation. Well, we had it, and now it's been removed. Okay, Tina said, when you know better, you do better. Now we see morbid obesity, refined carbs, and possibly diabetes type 2. Yeah. So, the rest of you here, type in, tell me what you think. So anyway, you guys that don't know that, yeah, auntie and uncle had negative connotations during slavery, after slavery, during segregation, because, thank you, Fine. Yeah, everyone, please listen to Fine, like, comment, subscribe, share this information, because I try to bring you information, some information that you aren't familiar with or that you want to know a little bit more about. All right. So that's just what we were called. Older African American males or females were never called Mr. or Ms. That was against the rules. So it was auntie or uncle. And also, a lot of you don't know Nancy Green. She was a philanthropist. She was a ministry leader of Olivet Baptist Church in Chicago. So, she did a lot. And it was shocking to me. She didn't receive a headstone until year 2020. Remember, she died in 1923? So I don't know what was going on with that. But just keep in mind, she did receive one finally. It's beautiful. Actually, if you look below the video when we're done, right, Daniel? You didn't either. Right. I didn't either, Dan. The links that I shared, she has a beautiful headstone. So people raise some money. Again, her family is not happy. One of the links I shared with you is one of her, what is he, a great nephew or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But click on the links and you'll find out more information. And also, I wanted to share with you, I collect memorabilia because I love history. So, of course, this is supposed to represent the mammy. But again, if people would look at the times, folks, that's just how it was. And these are items, like I said, anytime I see memorabilia, I purchase it because it reminds me of how far we've come. Okay. So anytime I see memorabilia, I buy it. And then at one of our homecomings at North Carolina A&T State University one year, they had a lot of pictures. So again, I purchase it, because thank you. I love history. Eventually, I'm going to get all these framed, Donna. Um, John said, we have to stop looking at everything as racist and please define the word racist for me. Right. So this is just, again, we know at one point in time, how things were. And you don't hide it. If you hide it, you might wind up repeating it. Uncle Remus. So my older crowd, I'm sure you're really familiar with Uncle Remus. Again, if you look at the writing on there, the broken English, that's just how it was. Okay. Let me show you. I have a couple more. So anytime, like I said, it doesn't bother me. I love history. So this is just, okay. This is just how it was, folks. All right. And I don't think there's anything wrong. Like I said, you look at where we were and, how far we are now. And, we've come a long way. Still have a lot of work to do, right? It's not over. Okay. So I wanted to share those with you and get some more feedback. Oh, thank you, Donna. Okay. So what do you think? Anyone else have any comments? Janice, what are your comments? Is it from, were the pictures, because they're gone now, were they offensive to you? Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, the chef on the cream of wheat box. Was that a problem for you? Okay. No? Like John said earlier, okay? We need more pictures. Donna, you said you need more pictures? I have other pictures, but maybe I'll show them to you. We'll talk about some more of this. I have to go grab them. They're down in the great room. Hey, Vicky, how you doing? It was right, Vicky, and that's what I said. It was how it was back then, but she did something to get on the box. Right. Vicky, you weren't here at the beginning. She was born a slave in Kentucky. She died a millionaire. That she should be commended. What's wrong with her picture? I mean, it wasn't a picture of her actually, but we know that's who it represented, kind of, sort of. But it wasn't a negative picture, They updated the picture, and what was wrong? Uncle Ben was just an elderly African American man, well dressed. The chef on the cream of wheat box. What was wrong with his picture? Oh, Janice, not a problem for you. Okay, yeah. So again, folks, as Donna stated earlier, pick and choose your battles. And 131 years, Donna. And her family is very upset. They did not want the Quaker Oat Company to remove the picture. So why are they only listening to one segment of their consumers is what I'm asking. What about the other people who purchased the product? Those of us who didn't want the pictures removed, so I don't know. So anyway, folks, they're so afraid someone's going to label them. So we know it's all about what? Money. Okay. Right. So if someone tried to, initially the picture when it first started, okay, it was an African American woman, with a bandana, the traditional look of the mammy, but the picture has changed. So it's like if a new product came out now and they tried to do that, obviously we'd be like, what are you doing? Times have changed. You have to look at the time that they were in. John says, when you don't know your history, you will believe anything. And see, that's the issue I have. People won't read. They won't do research. If you just sit there and look at the TV and listen to what they tell you, you're never going to know anything. I read, I'm an avid reader. I wish I had more time to read, but I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research. Donna said, every culture puts something on their product. Right. So we're always screaming, be inclusive, include all colors. Well, they had, colors included, and then you didn't like that. So Anthony said, I like seeing the history of food companies, Aunt Jemima and Quaker Oats, among many others. This is our right. It's just history. Wow. I mean, and people need to realize just because something offends you, come on. If someone is selling a product you don't like, well, go to someone else and purchase, products. I mean, you can't expect everyone to, bow down to you. What about, the other customers here who don't have a problem with the product? So I don't know, folks. Those are my feelings. So I'll go ahead. You know what time it is now. It's time for us to do our drawing, okay? If you're still here, type here so I can add your name to the pot. All right, Dan is here. Dan the man. John is still here. All right, Tazzy Tay. Tazzy Tay, what do you think? Hey, Gino. Gino, what do you, I want to know what Gino, because I know his generation. What do you think about, are you offended by the, Aunt Jemima on the pancake box, Uncle Ben on the box, the chef, the African-American chef on the box of cream of wheat? You also, Tazzy Tay, what, I want to know what you think. Okay, Council is still here. Vicky's here, okay. Gino is here. Okay. Tazzy Tay. Janice is here. Okay, Anthony said, I would be extremely angry if they started removing Hispanic people as mascots for food. Yeah. Oh, God knows. All right, Reese Cup. Reese. Donna. Okay, Gino, I'm still waiting for you to type something. Few of you still need to hit the like button for me, please, so we can share this out. And folks, share these videos on your Facebook, all right? Because people need to know. Don't listen to what they're telling you. Okay, Anthony, I got you. All right, Tina, got you. All right, did I get everyone else? Tina said maybe it should be Aunt Jemima. Good. Rhonda, before we leave, tell me, what are your thoughts? Are you offended by Aunt Jemima or, Uncle Ben's or the chef, the African-American chef on the box of cream of wheat? Tell me what you think. Gino, hit the like button for me. Okay, Rhonda, I got you. Gino, no, I'm offended by those racists who continue to try to divide America. But right, right. Thank you, Gino. Thank you. I got your name in the pot. Okay. People have to create problems, I guess, because their lives are miserable. They need to find something else to do. It's come on. Come on. Really? Okay. I think I got everybody in the pot. I mean, as Donna said earlier, if you're going to, fight about something, let it be something that matters, okay? Not pancakes. Especially when there's not, it's nothing negative. It just, I haven't figured it out. All right, here's the first winner. Here we go. Donna, first winner. All right. Teresa Barnes said, Gino, agree. Very good. Anthony, bigger problems to focus on. Thank you, Anthony. Say it again for the people in the back. John, yeah, buddy, black is a color, not a race. Thank you, John. Janice, woohoo! Winner number 2. All right, we have one more winner. Let's see. Vicky. Vicky Lou. All right. There we go. Donna, you're still going on my taxes. I don't care what you say. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this because I know how I feel, but I also want to know how my subbies feel about these pertinent topics. Anthony, nice discussion, everyone. Type it in the comment section. What do you want me to talk about next week? What's up, Fine? Thank you, Fine. You tell me, and then you know I'm here. I have it ready for you. What do you want me to talk about? Tell me. Whatever you want, that's what I do. Janice, Donna, and Vicky are the winners. Okay. All right. So if you don't have any more comments, thank you all for spending this time with me. I enjoyed this conversation. Okay. And okay, Teresa Barnes said there is many other products, movies out there. Yes, Teresa, you are absolutely right. Daniel says Jackie Robinson and his impact. Okay, Daniel, that's a good topic. Okay, with Jackie Robinson. I was reading something recently about his son that one of his sons hated him because he wasn't, he didn't think he was strong enough. He should have, when people were spitting on him and calling him names, I guess he wanted his dad to fight, and he was, held himself together pretty good considering what he went through. Donna said, Rhonda, I will go back on watch video on this. Rhonda, all of you who are here, if you look up under my video, Donna, yes, Bob Moses, God knows they're all dying. Okay. Look in the description box. I always try to have educational resources for you. I have 3 or 4 links. Check them out and you will learn, you will see. This lady, she was really special. So check those out. Leave me comments in the comment section. Share this on your Facebook or other social media platforms, okay? Because a lot of this information, a lot of people just don't know. You have people going in, they want this change, they want that change, and they don't even know the history. So, thank you for spending your time here. I hope this has been educational for you. And all I can ask is tell me what you want me to talk about next week. All of you guys, if you will, let me show this so everyone can see this last statement. The racists are escalating the idea that as long as they can keep spreading bigotry and hate, they are satisfied. Yeah, that's true. So we have to ignore those people. Remember, folks, it's going to take a few moments before you can leave your comments once I end the stream. So wait a few moments, leave a comment. And then that was Gino. Okay, thank you, Gino. And then we'll see where it takes us. Type in what you want me to do, talk about next week. Thank you again for spending your time here with the Sibert Sense Report. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you soon.